Bind me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch. People dying, kill me in the packing house. Even you have to...
Hey, everybody! Welcome to the Bunny Ears Podcast. I am your host. You know what? This week I'm going to be Macaulay Culkin. Why not? So, listen, I actually didn't do a podcast this week, but for good reason. I'm an uncle now. I have a lot of friends with kids, and they call me Unky Mac and all that stuff, but now it's official. My brother had a child, so I left town for a little while there. I wanted to go visit the little thing. She's got little raisin, like, fingers and toes. It's like she's still this wrinkly little thing, but super proud. First of the next generation of Culkins, so it's great. So I'm in my backyard right now, and what my buddy Sean did, Sean, say hi.
Hi.
Well done. Was he put together a nice clip show of kind of some of our greatest hits rather than like recording some things just because, I've been busy with family and all those kind of things. So, this first cut is from our very, very first episode. It's about bunny ears and all that kind of stuff. It's with Matt Cohen. I'm sure you remember him, and Mr. Stuart P. Miller from Columbus, Ohio. Enjoy this first clip in, sorry about the clip show episode. Yeah. Everyone.
Welcome to Bunny Ears. If you can still hear us, welcome to Bunny Ears.
Bunny Ears Podcast.
Who are you, sir?
My name is Mr. Macaulay Culkin. Mr. Metaphor.
Can you say that one again? Because that's tough. Macaulay?
Macaulay McLachlan.
Macaulay Culkin.
Actually, it was one time, my mother still loves this one, walking down the street, and this guy from across the street goes, "Oh, shit, that's Macaulay Culkin." I'm still Macaulay Culkin.
My dad used to refer to you as Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, I always get McCulkins.
What did your parents call me?
Oh,
how did they?
that Jewish kid.
Oh, okay, that
from
makes
down
sense.
the street.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know us, I played Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 3.
And I've been podcasting for years.
And he's just a podcaster.
Yeah, just some lowly podcaster.
I actually played Shmuley McAllister. Who's never seen and never mentioned, but heavily implied.
Yeah, Rabbi Tuplets.
Yeah. I'm like a dude who does podcasts and stuff.
What's your name?
I'm Matt Cohen, and I've done some pod stuff over the years that you may have heard, probably not, and people know who you are.
I mean, sure. Like, yeah.
Right? You were in that video, that YouTube video with the Uber driver.
Yeah, that was... Yeah,
you're the famous YouTube kid.
That's me. I'm the YouTube guy. I had a slice of pizza on YouTube.
Speaking of YouTube and all things modern media, as it were, why the fuck are we podcasting? What is this? What are we doing?
Why do anything? What the hell are we doing?
Why even get up, right, kids?
Yeah, exactly.
What is Bunny Ears, man? Why are people listening to us right now?
Gosh.
And why have you waited this long to jump into the fray, as it were?
I have no idea. Just kind of figure it's we'll just mess around. We're Matt Cohen over here, and we're big talkers. We talk all the time, and we always finish each other's steak sandwiches. Oh, okay,
sample sales.
Yeah.
Close.
We were close that time.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll find it. We'll ruin that bit someday.
Oh yeah. Oh, we'll ruin it. Episode 2.
Yeah. And
stay tuned.
And just talking like a shit and shop, and just kind of just flying blind.
A little peek behind the curtain, but like we kind of have very common sensibilities, as it were, and we are friends IRL. And I about a week ago jokingly brought up the fact that we should do a podcast, and you were like, "Yeah, we should do that."
Let's do it.
And I didn't expect that, so here I am across the country from where I live, in Mac's secret bunker.
Yeah, and most of the things I do in my life, in my adult life, are brought up jokingly. So
yeah, so I took the initiative. This joke backfired on you, man.
Yeah,
you got a house guest and a podcast.
Yeah, oh gosh, now I got you on my couch, and we're in my hovel.
What is your podcast experience? You listen to a lot of podcasts, right?
Not even like a ton. I've kind of like sometimes I've gone down that hole, and like just certain kind of podcasts. I did. It was really funny. I was talking to my buddy Rory's. Yeah, my buddy Rory.
You mean your brother?
My brother Rory, but it was his buddy Joey and stuff like that. They were staying at my place, and they said, "Oh, you know Harmar Superstars podcast." I was like, well, I don't know. Tell me about it. And they kind of went on about how much they love it and yada yada yada.
Is this before you had met Harmar?
No. This is.
Oh, they were just.
And so they said, oh, they got some really good guests. I go, have you ever listened to the very first and the very last episode? And I go, no, I don't think so. I go, yeah, that's me.
You're on it. You're on it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, but I let them kind of like gave them a lot of like time to just go on and on about how much they love this podcast.
So you were not a podcast virgin. You lied to me. You told me you were pure.
It was just that one or two times with Harmar Superstar. All right? But yeah, for the most part, like I've not really like done this kind of stuff before.
Let's think of what other. What is bunny ears? Because people are going to be like, what is bunny ears? So
they're
bunny ears?
They're the things we're wearing on our head.
Yeah, we are wearing bunny ears, and that's all the explanation you probably need.
It cuts a gorgeous silhouette. Hey, wasn't that hilarious? It's the greatest thing to ever happen in the history of podcasting. Am I right? So this next clip is Mr. Kevin Smith. He was one of our first, I guess you could say, celebrity guests that we had on. Super sweet. Have nothing but big love for him. Sorry I missed out on your gig, Kevin. Just for real, if you're listening, it just life and things. But enjoy because I enjoy him and he enjoys me, but not in that sexual kind of way.
Do you keep up with kids?
Orson Welles?
Yeah. Do you? How is he? Is he over that Magnificent Ambersons debacle yet? Or do you keep up with the kids you were kids with in movies?
Okay, I mean, you probably know enough about set living and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's summer camp.
Yeah.
And you always kind of also walk away going,
God, we speak the same language.
Well, yeah. But it's also, you always kind of go, hey, we're going to keep in touch forever.
Because you bond hard over the period of 3 months or whatever the fuck.
Exactly.
And I imagine as a kid, it's even you bond even harder because you're like, fuck normalcy, and we're playing together and we're playing together.
Honestly, Dr. Seth Green is actually one of the few people like work wise that I'm mega tight with. There's certain people I kind of will touch base with, but no, you can't have Anna Klumsky's number because I don't have it.
I forgot about that.
I can give you Mike Morona from Pete and Pete though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, look, I'll take that. Wait a sec.
I'll take it.
That's right. I forgot about that. Fucking flick.
You're welcome.
That was the flick and the big, I remember it was sold as kids, it's the latest, the Incredible Culkin, and he's hanging out with this girl, and they're buddies.
And all of a sudden, then he's dead.
Yeah. It goes
I traumatized an entire generation.
It goes from Culkin meets Girl Culkin to Culkin gives the throne to Girl Culkin because he dies on screen, and everybody's like, "This ain't Home Alone," or "It's very Home Alone."
No, actually, people child psychologists were actually on news networks, just warning parents about the fact that I died. Spoiler alert, but they would kind of do that.
Good for you, buddy.
That's pretty sweet, man. It's nice when people have to go on the news to be like, "This kid's really alive."
Exactly,
he didn't really die.
Well, because it's also one of those things where it's "Oh, here's your your kid's hero," and then all of a sudden you bring him to
and not to give
thing,
true.
and now he's freaking dead.
Not to give too much of an
and they
insight.
didn't market it that way. That's
No,
the thing.
they
It's
did not.
anyone going into that movie thought it was a romance between two kids.
Because when I was filming it, that's when Home Alone came out. When I was filming it, life changed when I was halfway through the filming of that movie.
Right.
So when they booked me, it was a different story than from when it came out.
So they shot. They were
So they were the luckiest fucking filmmakers of all time.
They had the
Holy
next
shit.
movie from the Home Alone kid.
Exactly.
So you went from a small part to well, guess what? You're her best friend and her love of her life, and
Let's
you're
just
going
say
to die.
the commercials. There was less Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis in the commercials.
That's true.
And just more that kid from Home Alone. Pretty much just that was what saturated the whole market kind of thing.
Did they use you in flashbacks where there was a ghost, a force ghost of some sort? Giving her some getting her out of a jam.
I wish.
Shutting down the tractor.
You appear in the form of a bee in her dreams or something.
They might
Just
do.
your head.
They might do a flashback. I did watch it once, and I was like, yeah.
Ooh, here's
cool.
a question. You grew up in movies, so you've seen special effects
Some.
change. Wait, have you done green screen? Do you remember your first the notion of you're going to stand here and things are gonna happen?
Chroma key.
Oh my God! You went back on chroma key.
I'm telling you,
Where they were literally just don't wear this color because that's the whole color.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you'll disappear.
And you
you
look
look like Prince in that video.
exactly.
Raspberry Beret.
No, it's exactly that.
Hulk, you go back, man.
I know, dude. I'm from the '80s,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, it's true. It's but you don't.
I'm old hat.
I don't think most people. I mean,
because back when it was blue screen.
Well, because he's only 37 now. That's the crazy
true,
thing.
and that's still and
but he's been working for 35 fucking years. That I was 37.
Yeah. I mean,
Were you working at age 2?
No, 4. 4 is when I started.
Close enough,
4 is
bro.
yeah, and at least 6 is when I started.
I
earning
wasn't
though.
working at 28.
And you got to take-
What were you doing at 6?
Oh, I'll
6
tell
years
you.
old.
I was an altar boy. Wait, we started on our show.
Yeah,
we never
yeah.
touched on here. You're a dancer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
Anyone
did
else in
ballet.
the family dancer, or are you the only one gravitated?
I didn't even gravitate towards it. I was just
Dance,
I did
motherfucker.
it, and dance monkey a little bit, but also I was good at it. Like I was actually very good at it. If the acting thing didn't work out, I would have been at this very moment. I would be a retired, bitter ex-dancer, probably hitting Natalie Portman's husband for a job. I need hip replacement surgery, and I've had terrible feet.
You need to explain that. Who is Natalie Portman's husband?
He's a
Ballet
professional dancer. He was
director,
running
yeah.
like the Paris Ballet.
Her husband, the man she's married
Benjamin
to now?
Millipede.
So he used to dance.
Yeah.
And then
Actually,
going upstairs to run the place.
Yeah.
Did she meet him because of Black Swan?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
training for ballet shit? I just did the math on that. I'm proud of myself.
I went to dinner with both of them. And
He just figured that out, like fucking Angela Lansbury.
Fist
man.
bump, bro.
Murder,
Fist
she
bump.
wrote. Fuck.
But no, we went. I went to dinner with the two of them, and he was because actually went to the same school as I did, but we never met. Like I literally left the year that the year that he came in.
Funnily enough, and I went to high school with Natalie Portman. She
there
was
you
just
go.
3 years old. Like,
We have so much in common.
We
She
went to
overlapped.
your school?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. At the same time too. During Phantom Menace, she was a senior when I was a freshman.
How popular was she? Or how unpopular? I guess the kids wouldn't give a fuck. But the
kids did-
adults are like, you ruined our fucking childhood,
people bullied her like
they
because of
really?
it. Yeah, totally. They would shout like Yoda at her and shit.
No.
She like didn't love coming. She would like only come she would come by herself for like half a day.
No
Bro,
way.
bro.
They would pick on a
They'd
child
shout
actor in
Yoda?
school.
Yeah.
What did they shout at you?
Oh, all
At
kinds of stuff.
school?
Yeah, no, sure. Are you kidding me? It was freaking prison rules at school. Like, yeah, no, it was no for real. I had a big old target on my back and my chest. Like,
But
yeah,
you
no,
were in school
I-
with
I-
other
I-
famous kids though.
Yeah, were
No,
you getting
not
fucking
really.
roughed up by other
but
famous kids?
Did Scarlett Johansson beat you up? Like
You were like, I gave hard.
First day of like, no,
You go prison to
Yeah,
show
no,
people
believe
like
me,
I ain't that kid in that movie, but
you
just
20
in case, I do know what to do with a fucking paint can. You saw what I did to Danny Stern.
25th hour
I have
of
a
high
story
school?
where I push a guy down this flight of stairs, kind of thing, on like pretty much like my first week.
was it Daniel Stern?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. He was a Daniel.
think I saw that movie.
He was the Daniel Stern of like 6th grade. but yeah, no, it was prison rules. So like, yeah, I do like.
So
yeah, I had to
kids
go
would
there.
yell. What was the like if Yoda, which is a terrible fucking go-to for Natalie Portman,
He was hardly in that even.
and they didn't even really
No.
interact. I mean, if anything, you could say
He'd be like Jean
Yoda.
Reno.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't know
at
like
least fucking pull back
Qui-Gon.
to
We didn't
that.
know like Qui-Gon's name yet because like the promotional materials hadn't come
Didn't
out,
even
so
come
people
out.
were just guessing Yoda.
I like how you said we, because you actually included yourself in the teasing.
I'm not proud of.
That's what
I'm not
we
proud
did.
of everything I've done. And if we have her on the show, I'll make amends for it.
You
guys.
worked with Liam Neeson, motherfucker. Yeah, it's not really a put down.
No.
All right.
Is
So
it
wait
really-
a second. What's your version of Hey Yoda?
No, I mean they'd holler whatever.
Home
kind of thing.
Alone.
Sure.
Would they do the fucking scream and
Sure.
shit?
And
Yeah.
that
Oh,
wouldn't
fuck,
piss
you
me
had a
off.
thing, that's right.
And also I was a dancer too. Also like kind of like.
So they
know,
hit
like
you on that as well?
Yeah. And like, no, believe me,
Until you push somebody down the stairs and they're like,
pretty
"That's
much.
it."
Honestly, it was because at Catholic school at least,
not just in the
especially,
movies.
It's different when you go when I went to PCS, the professional children's school, which is
Right.
none of the above. But at least there were other kind of. But still, imagine you're a performer or whatever, and like that's like your thing.
It'd be a stretch for me, but
But I'm saying, that's your thing. You're in actor, child actor, and then all of a sudden I show up. But
here, some kids,
it's just
I
I was more famous and more this and more that, and that was despite myself.
But
you
is
know
there
what I mean?
ever any sop to like, yes, he may be top of the mountain, but like, fucking, he's got the chops. Like,
No, I mean we didn't really
kids
talk
the
shop.
game didn't
Doesn't matter.
recognize game at 10
that's-
years
I mean,
old. Yeah,
truly,
yeah, yeah.
like,
you don't
on
have
a
to-
certain level, you'd have to be like, I've seen a lot. Like,
You don't have the
there's a reason
vocabulary.
he was able to write a whole fucking franchise on your back. You had an innate talent that most kids don't. So I would
Go on.
imagine, I will. I would imagine most kids, even if they were like, fuck him, like, think about the kids, like, you only had to audition until fucking which one you said?
First one, first
Till Home Alone, then you never had to
9,
audition again or
pretty much.
whatever. So even when you were auditioning, kids probably hated to see you come in the room because like he's gonna fucking book it and shit. And then you become the standard by which all of the kids are like, why can't you be this fucking kid and shit? So I would imagine even with that kind of like resentment built in, you still got recognized talent. Like Jesus, that kid's fucking.
You don't
good.
have when you're a kid, you don't have that vocabulary.
Really?
Both literally and emotionally. You know what I mean?
thought actor kids were
they
smart.
did not have that. Yeah, you're wrong, dude.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
gosh,
Movies are fucking bullshit.
yeah, really, they are.
By the grace of God, go I. You know?
Yeah, you're actually very fucking smart, well read and shit. You did some stuff with your time.
Grassy ass, you know. Yeah.
So wait, they didn't. There was no sort of like, hey man, I may hate you, but I fucking you got
there
this
was no
chops.
reverence. Or, it was actually the opposite, like a little bit. Like when you show up.
Name a movie where they do that sort of thing, where it's like I fucking
School
hate
Ties?
you. Oh, Top Gun.
I hate you, Top Gun.
I hate you, but goddamn it if I don't
They
respect
went all
you.
anti-Semitic and shit. No, Top Gun. At the end of Top Gun, fucking Val Kilmer's like, I've hated you this whole movie, but fuck, you're good in the sky or whatever.
No. I did not get the Iceman treatment.
You can ride my tail anytime.
I just got iced.
Was it?
But like, but at the same time, it was also that's when you first show up. Like I said, prison rules.
Right.
And once you set kind of a standard, like then I became the normal kid in school.
And then
I
that
think just
stopped.
like everyone else, it stopped. Like that was my whole like school experience. But when you're the new kid, like kind of just. Let's say you're the best basketball player in your school, kind of thing, and then all of a sudden, like a young Michael Jordan walks in, kind of thing, and now you're not the best basketball player in your school anymore. Like you're gonna resent that kid no matter what.
Right.
So it's kind of a school full of basketball players.
Oof.
There's a little bit
Here's
of
an
that.
analogy.
What? So who were the friends? Where'd you guys meet? At
This
that
dude,
school?
Stu, get out of stop jerking. Are you?
Yeah, stop jerking
You're
off
not
in the
gonna
corner.
come, so just come over here for a second, man.
Yeah, make some throat.
Jump on for a second.
He's been making some throat coat for us.
Stu, what were you doing at that school?
I was acting as well.
What were you acting in?
Nothing, sadly. No,
he was
I did a couple pilots.
he was working for it.
And
He was hustling.
then honestly, I saw how a lot of these kids were living, and I was like, you know what? Screw this! I'm going back home. I'm going to do the normal thing in Middle America.
Go to Switzerland.
I'm going to learn to drive a car at 16. I'm going to party at somebody's house 20 minutes away from my house. Like, yeah, I was not. I took that school for 1 year, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
What were your
And you guys
general
met
feelings?
at the 1
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
And your friendship survived you leaving the
right?
school?
He was a freshman, and I was a sophomore.
Did you stick around? Did you finish?
I didn't graduate. No.
When did you finally say fuck this?
Halfway through senior year.
When did you realize? All right, that's when you left. When did you realize? Like, this is a charade. I don't really have to do this. I went to the school of life.
I don't know.
I'm set for
something like 11 or 12.
So you were like a tourist at high school.
Honestly, I went there purely for the social reasons.
Smart.
I punted like my grades there, and just like I went there for purely social reasons because I missed the school experience.
Did you
when I was
miss the
younger.
entire thing, or did you go to school in New York as a kid?
Well, no, I was always on the road, like kind of thing.
So you were acting from an age where you didn't even fucking.
I started
get
at
to go
4, and then like at 6,
So you didn't
I was
even get
on
to
the
go
road.
to fucking kindergarten.
Yeah,
or
no,
first
exactly.
grade.
I mean, when I was in town, I would,
Right.
kind of thing. But I went to Catholic school, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and all that stuff.
Oh, sorry. Your friendship survives you leaving the fucking school
So I used to come back to New York like every summer
to do what? Audition?
to
book,
audition
to do
and
shows?
do shows and model whatever. And like how I slipped that in there. And I'd come
He's
back.
not attractive enough to model anymore, guys. Don't worry.
And and we'd just hang out during the summers. And that's, I mean,
You know how friendships are also like where you kind of like drift. Like sometimes we're tighter and then we drifted apart and all that stuff. And now he lives in my house. Actually, rather than actually,
I eat all his
honestly,
food.
I speak
Drifted in and fucking docked. Sounds like.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm speaking out of turn. He is my roommate. It's not like he lives with me. Like we are.
You share a
roommates.
place.
Exactly. Yeah, my place.
What's that address again, Stu?
When are you gonna write something? You're fucking witty, dude. That's the kind of guy that writes right there.
Oh, thanks. I do write. I mean, I published a book years ago, and like I'm in this place where I'm banking a shit ton of material.
Smart.
Where it's probably I probably actually even do physically have a file of do not publish if I die, but also publish if I do die. Like it's almost like that Salinger-esque mythology. Like
Oh my god! Or the Mark Twain published it. Open this 100 years from now.
Exactly.
So Mac does a thing. I don't know if we talked about it. You do a lot of notebooking, and like I would say that skirts the level of like a beautiful mind
Insanity.
/ straight up fucking serial killer.
Honestly, I wish I had it here so I can show it to
And
you.
it's
How
art
often-
and it's puns and it's Mac's
Content.
brain
Basically,
on paper.
you need to take it and form it into something.
And he's not a millennial like me. Him and Stu are old, so he physically fucking puts it on paper, and he's got
Yeah.
You do
a
the old
forest
Words and
full
thousands
of
of them.
All you need is somebody who can
Sort through
ascertain
that
what that
shit.
shit
Yeah.
means and form it into content.
I'm trying.
Pass. Pass. No.
But that's,
I'm
I mean,
I'm gonna do something with that stuff.
Here's I can
Give it to
tell
me.
if I was producing a fucking talk show, I'd be like, oh my God, get fucking Culkin. He could talk about anything. Like you, especially my kind of talk show wouldn't be, what are you fucking promoting? It would I just need somebody to talk for an hour and fill it and shit. And you on my show, where we came from, Smodcast, and even on continuing here, you speak to a wide variety of fucking subjects. I mean, I don't want to curse it or anything, and maybe I'm wrong, but like,
Nah, dude, that's where my
you seem
man
to get-
crush on this guy started.
yeah,
you know what I
seem
mean?
To escape relatively unscathed.
He can talk pro wrestling as much as he can talk fucking history, as much as he can talk growing up Macaulay Culkin, which is always interesting. But as much as he's a, I would say you're a consumer. He doesn't watch TV. He watches fucking YouTube, like BuzzFeed, Cracked. Like he doesn't have social media, but he is more on board with like current day YouTubing.
I would
than anyone I've
agree.
ever
Finger
met.
on the pulse. What was the thing we were talking about? Where I was like, "Is that a thing?"
Back on the other show, new phone, who dis?
New phone, who dis?
Who does?
No, but
No,
like,
I mean, I just.
you consume media almost
but also just
consistently.
generally, I decided a long time ago to never have to explain myself,
Right.
and to kind of just live my life like the way it's supposed to be, and or the way I wanted to. So again, and by the grace of God, here I am. Like, I mean, it really is.
That's
like,
your new
just-
catchphrase, dude. We got to get on a T-shirt.
Oh, I say it all the time.
It's
Actually,
a pretty long one. Say it again.
By the grace of God, go I.
Grace of
you
God
not-
on the front, go I on the back. Bunny ears logo.
that's smart.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, again.
got a mind for branding.
That's a real Christian thing. You did go to Catholic school. Were you Catholic?
I was born and raised Catholic. I am
Culkin
baptized.
kids.
I have my communion and all that stuff.
Did you do confirmation? No, you were
No,
busy being famous. You were like,
they-
I was confirmed,
they-
bitch,
they-
by Hollywood.
What?
Box office numbers, motherfucker.
Still in the top 10. What?
Confirmation by fire. What? Wow, that Kevin Smith is great. So yeah, no. Now it's time for an ad break because you guys deserve it.
Hello and welcome to Meditation Minute. I'm your guide, Louis Prada. I'll be your port in the storm, and by port, I mean glass of sweet dessert wine that'll get you wasted as you wait for the storm to pass. When I read messages from fans, I'm always delighted to hear about the little things they notice about themselves and their surroundings when they meditate. So, I came up with a meditation that's all about appreciating these wonderful little things we notice that help make meditation such an enrapturing experience. Let's begin by taking a nice deep breath in, and notice how our stomach rises and falls with each successive breath. Notice the tension in your shoulders slowly melting away. Did you notice the ambient sounds of your surroundings melting away too? Good. Did you notice that I got a haircut? No, you didn't. Of course, you'd say it's because your eyes are closed, and I'd say yeah. They're always closed when it comes to me. Did you notice that I lost weight? No, because you'd never notice something like that. That'd mean you'd have to pay attention to me for like a minute. And, let's face it, I'm nothing to you anymore. Just an amorphous, ugly blob writhing through your vision. Did you even notice the bags packed by the front door? Of course you didn't. And that's why I'm leaving you. I hope you notice this mighty fine ass as it walks out the door. I hope this guided meditation has brought you the serenity you seek. My name is Louis Prada, and this has been Meditation Minute. Namaste.
All right, now we're back. All right. So the next clip is actually, I guess we're going chronologically, it seems like. So the next clip is from the episode I had with Seth Green and Mr. Brecon Meyer. They're both very funny gentlemen. They're funny individually and also collectively. And so, yeah, here's a clip from that episode because it was a good time, and I think I had a little too much whiskey.
This is the bougiest sounding
I know.
real story. Like the
I
real
know.
story is so
Yeah.
bougie. So our mutual friend Sarah Michelle Gellar was hosting Saturday Night Live.
Here, hold on, let me pick up that name. For
Oh
you.
no, I dropped the other one because
you
David
know who drops-
Boreanaz
yeah.
was with me.
You know who drops names a lot? Nicholson. Go ahead.
Dork.
And so, Mac went to school with Sarah, and I've known Sarah since we were little kids doing commercials in New York. And
Shocker that Mac went to school.
Mac went to
I know,
school, yeah.
right?
At least a percentage.
Oh,
of
we've
it.
learned about. Oh, we've gone through. We've covered Mac's school years on this podcast.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're surprised how much you're the same. Well, that was it. We were sitting at a table, Sarah's table, and I was like, "Oh, I know you. Let's go get a drink." And then we walked to the bar together because that was the most romantic way I could get in there.
Getting Mac a drink.
Let's get this guy liquored up. Hey, you look like you're vulnerable to alcoholism. Let's do this,
Folks, if you want
get
to
nuts.
strike up a decade-long friendship with Macaulay Culkin, just buy him a drink. Apparently,
Pretty much.
Apparently,
Pretty
well,
much.
I think we knew.
Oh, and also have a mutual friend that's Sarah Michelle Gellar. Right?
Didn't
I get
hurt.
it.
That
Didn't
helps,
hurt.
yeah.
Sarah's
Yeah.
really trustworthy and a good judge of character. So if she stayed friends with somebody, they're probably pretty cool. And then that was it. I always liked you from a distance and thought you were cool.
Same, and I always liked you. We both said exactly that.
Literally
So,
that.
yeah.
And then I said the thing about when you dyed your hair purple, it made the paparazzi lose their fucking minds, and how much.
Is that
I
why
appreciate-
you dyed your hair purple subsequently? Because you did at one point, right?
I love dyeing my hair, and I think deep down, I wouldn't say I'm a punk rocker because but I really like all the ethos of punk rock, right? So
Tourist.
yeah. So
Says the
So that
Avril
was it.
Lavigne of punk.
yes. Fuck you guys. Well, that was it. I said to Mac, I thought that was really funny the way you made the paparazzi lose their minds just by dyeing your hair. And
Yeah,
you
and then-
said something like, "Oh, you like that?"
Yeah, you like that, do you?
Yeah. And then
We're off to the races.
Well, it wasn't until like
Party Monster. We
Yeah.
started kind of talking about that. They brought up your name. They,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, no, fuck that guy, but sure.
That's what they asked me. They said, "Would you fuck that guy?" And I go, "Not on camera."
Just what's his sleep
Just
number?
standard role getting fucking. You were
No,
down
it was
for.
it was like
And so
just
there
a
you
couple months after that Randy Barbado and Fenton Bailey, the guys that directed Party Monster, invited me to a meeting where they asked me to play James St. James, and they told me they wanted Mac to play Michael Allig, and what did I think about that? I'm like, A, I think that's brilliant. B, I fucking love that kid. I'll bet we would make a good movie together. And then it was like 2 years developing it. And in that 2 years, he and I just got together all the time and hung out. And
And
we
so there you go.
talked a little bit about the movie.
Yeah. It's kind of just more hanging out, really.
Yeah.
And a lifelong friendship was started. Theoretically, I guess you guys your lives aren't over yet. So
No,
it
I
could
hope
all
not.
go to shit.
I don't know.
Day ain't over yet.
But I'm not trying to quit you.
I know the day isn't over yet.
Let's flip this. How did you? So you guys. So that's one half of the spooky trio over here. How did you two first meet?
Yeah, I don't
Brecon
think I
and
know
Seth?
this one.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Oh, this is the great. So
that's sad.
I remember how we became tight, but I don't
right.
remember how we.
This is very funny. So Brecon, obviously, we were in similar categories as kid actors, and we're up for similar stuff. So I was well aware of him, especially starring in shit like Freddy's Dead. And he
Nice.
dated a girl I went to school with, and then came to my house for a Halloween party. And it was the year that Paul Rubens had been arrested, and he arrived at my door in one of those super shitty plastic tarp with a half face mask, Pee Wee Herman costume with handcuffs on. And I was like, I think I love this guy. Like, this might be my new best friend.
And that man was
And
a
then-
young
That was
Jodie
actually Paul
Foster.
Rubens.
That was where we met, and then we became tight because I had broken up with a girl, and it was one of those relationships where you cut everyone off and it's just the two of you. So when you break up, you have no one. So I was outside a bowling alley talking to a security guard because that was the only person who would hear my tales.
Just conversating.
I was literally, and by the way, I didn't know the guy. So I'm just sitting there. He's got no choice but to sit there because it's his job. So I'm just talking his fucking ear off about, life's tough, man, and blah, blah. And
That's so Bukowski, and you didn't even know
I
it.
didn't even know it at that point. And then Sethy walked in because he was going to go bowl with a group of,
Yeah, a friend of mine was having a birthday party
He had
there.
like friends and stuff. And he goes, hey, you want to come in and bowl? And I was like, oh, that's different. That's not talking to this guy anymore. So I went inside. And
But you went
one
to a
of the-
bowling alley by yourself, though?
I wasn't bowling. I was just sitting outside talking to the security
wow,
guard. Yeah.
so that's
You were
very-
really at that point.
Yeah, it was a definite change.
That's very
spiral.
specific.
You don't know teenage Brecon.
Yeah, no,
Well, and I don't want to
like a
give
shame
too much
spiral.
away, and if we need to edit this out, we can. But I learned something about Brecon that has become my favorite factoid about Brecon of all time. Did you sleep in a coffin at one point, dude?
I did. For many years, I slept in a coffin. From like 14 to 18, basically.
Did you wear eyeliner also?
No, I wasn't like an emo cat. I just liked vampires and I like being nestled. So
See, I am also a nestler. Like
Yeah.
I always wish that I could build like a partition, like a little, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
a metal box around myself to
Get like swaddled.
So I get the instinct. I think it's
so
just
I wanted
amazing
a
that you had the
coffin.
follow through.
yeah, I wanted a coffin. I wanted a lid and everything.
Those
so,
things
yeah.
ain't cheap either.
No, so I slept in a coffin for a while. But
Did you close
yeah.
the lid
Oh
at
yeah,
night?
yeah. And the first night, my older brother sat on the lid in the morning. So when I woke up, I would think I was buried alive.
Yeah,
Wait, this was
scratch
why you-
marks on the inside
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
This is why you were living at your parents' house?
Oh yeah, my dad.
Was he
Yeah.
cool with you guys?
Yeah, my
sleeping?
dad was like, "You okay? Yeah,
I
you can
support
have it."
this.
My dad is a hippie, and he was like, I don't want to, I don't want to shut the kids, imagination down. So he let me sleep in a coffin.
You sure you don't want to go bowling, son?
Exactly. So I'll always be high on the list of the strangest place you ever had sex conversations.
Nice.
But so I was at the bowling alley, and Seth was.
Wait, you also
With-
had sex in said coffin?
I had
Is
sex
that the
inside the
implication?
coffin.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So,
With the lid closed?
With the lid closed.
No, it was a different coffin.
It was a bunch of coffins. But then Seth was one of the guys she was bowling with was this dude who was presently with my ex-girlfriend. So I was like, oh, I can't be here. This is awful. And I guess Seth either just picked up on it or was done bowling, and he was like, you want to just go play pool at my house? I got a little pool table. And I literally stayed there for like
Several
3
days.
months. I mean, I didn't leave. Also, the thing is, Seth had a washer dryer and I did not. So, and he had hot water, which I did not. So I could bathe every now and again at Seth's.
Brecon
And
would
literally-
skateboard like 20 minutes to my house with
I
a
would
pint of ice cream.
Skateboard from right near here.
Take a
actually.
shower.
Right, yeah.
And then sit on the couch and eat ice cream while we watched like different strokes.
Yeah, and that was my rehab for getting over this girl was staying at Seth's for like 3 months, and then we
Started a band
collecting
together.
People. Yeah, we started the band together, and we would just collect random orphans.
What was the name of the band?
Belly Room?
Belly Room.
Belly Room.
Yeah.
Like the Belly Room.
Like-
Yeah, like named
Yeah.
after the belly room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is any of that music available online or anything?
No, no, no.
Thank God, no.
Are we putting out an EP?
No.
Bunny Ears Records?
Nope.
Mac, you want to
It
put your
should
Rick
never
Rubin
come
touch
out.
on this?
I think by the rate
crazy
of
for this
general
one, man.
degradation, all of our master tapes are probably worthless. I've still got.
By the way, even if they're pristine,
know you still have
they're
them.
still worthless.
I've got
know you
some
still have
output, but I need to drastically remix it and also do
Re-record
things to my.
it,
Well,
and we
no,
need
I
to
would
redo
never
the
just
whole
have like
thing.
why wouldn't put that much effect in it? I would only want the lasting record to not be as embarrassing as it is.
Well, you were singer-songwriter, right?
Yep,
And Brecon,
yep.
what'd you play?
I played the drums.
Oh, he does. He plays
and-
drums really well.
Yeah,
Mickey
I
Dolenz,
drum.
alright.
I mean, it's funny because
I don't think.
Sethy was
No,
the
wait,
yeah.
Brecon.
Was your
Brecon,
go-to Mickey
Yeah.
Dolenz?
Can I drop some
Best
of
drummer ever.
the names of the people that Brecon has drummed for, from Tom Morello to is it Navarro?
Yep.
Yeah.
Played with Navarro.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Perry
but
Farrell.
Yeah, all through
Sarah Michelle
all
Gellar.
because of Tom Morello. I drummed with some pretty impressive people. But the funny thing was, we came up with this idea to just have a band because we were bored, and Seth,
We like music.
Seth didn't play an instrument, so he was the singer. Like it just worked that way.
We
And,
just
it was fun.
hung out in rehearsal spaces and then
We'd play Pearl Jam covers, and then
I was just saying, it sounds like it was angsty. Was it,
It was,
angsty?
the word indifference was in a lot of songs. Yeah.
as angsty as could be. We were like 17, 18.
Super angsty.
I love that everyone here, you obviously Pizza Underground and some other things, and you guys had Belly Room. My one musical experience was I was in middle school. My friends started a band, and I had zero music ability. So call this stereotypical if you will. I was the manager. I was like the Brian
You're the
Epstein.
Alex Cabot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. I was like thinking up slogans and T-shirts and stuff. The band couldn't play a single fucking song, but I had like a binder. I was dedicated to that.
Yeah,
life.
working on merch.
We were.
Yeah. I was, man.
Yeah,
The Living Dead
Wow.
was the name of the band.
All right.
And then later there was another band called Burnt Toast and Jam that I tried to get involved with, but they wouldn't let me.
Yeah, if you
They
can't
saw
play an
your
instrument, you either become the lead singer or the manager.
Yeah. You guys need a roadie? They're like, no,
we
we're
played
not
a
even
bunch
a
of
real
shows.
band.
Like
we
I
played
got
a
us
few
booked
shows.
at a couple of gigs, and we were terrible.
How was the response from the audience?
Well, it was around the time that Rally's commercial was out. So the biggest show we played was at this surf punk festival, and
Cha-ching.
7 or 8 people in the
Just
crowd
yell
realized
out
I was the
cha-ching
cha-ching
the
guy.
entire time.
And there's
so they
no
wouldn't-
fucking comeback for that.
comeback
There's
from
just
that.
nothing to say when
Well,
they
we
yell out
played them
cha-ching.
Blake's song about like fucking the girlfriend.
Ain't no mic.
We played. I don't think we played. I don't know the this is for my one night stand. Yeah, that one.
Okay, one night stand.
They loved that.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Warren, also we should say Warren is our listening audience. Warren, if you're not familiar with the cha-ching thing, rather than tell the whole story, just Google
Google it.
Seth Green and cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Oh yeah.
It's
Especially
a wonderful slice of
cha-ching,
Americana.
New Orleans. That's where you really get a sense of how weird it got in my
Yeah,
real life.
That was a Super Bowl, yeah.
It's
It was
it's
the
that Simpsons
wild card
episode. I didn't do
playoffs
it.
to the
Look at
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the I didn't do it kid. Well, I luckily had the wherewithal while it was happening to have seen things like that in real life to know that none of this was real.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, wow, I'm the fucking cha-ching guy.
This is gonna last forever.
Greg and I are sharing this.
sharing
Yeah, they're sharing
And we
it.
keep just ripping it out of
It's
each
the
other's
podcast
ear.
equivalent of Lady in the Tramp.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of adorable.
I just want them to Eskimo kiss.
I hate
talking.
this.
Yeah, they're talking cheek to cheek. you know.
But it was funny because Seth and I for so long were. I'm so sorry. I mean,
We were serious about it, though. We were
Yeah.
actually like very, very serious about
But
it.
earnest.
But also just auditioning in life and stuff. Like again, I knew of Seth because it was him or I for so many gigs that we had. You know what I mean?
We
Like-
became friends at one point and then auditioned for a show at the same time. And this is where I learned like just how cool and classy you were, because we tested against each other. Like the two of us tested against each other. And I wound up getting that one. And you were so fucking awesome about it. You were just like, you made me feel like I could be a better person with those kinds of competitions. Like
Yeah,
it
it
really
was-
wasn't about any kind of competitive things and something I was going to get, you weren't going to get.
And
vice
it's also, if
versa.
you don't get a gig and the guy who does get it is great, you're okay with it. You know, you might be like, that would have been fun, but at least they got a good dude, as opposed to like, they got fucking that guy.
That's what
Come
you
on,
wanted.
That's
Like,
what
yeah.
they wanted. Yeah.
It's like when
I was
your girl-
giving you gold, and what you really wanted was turds.
It's when like your girlfriend dates like a douchebag afterward. You're kind of like that's what
That-
you wanted.
But isn't there also
think
kind of
we
a
can all
solace in that
relate to
almost,
that.
where you're like, if
Yeah.
you wanted,
Obviously, I was right about her.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly right.
I was exactly. I was never going to be a right fit for the show
But
if
I
they wanted
think
to
like
hire.
I remember
She's got a club foot. She needs special
Devin
shoes.
Sawa.
what was it?
Devin Sawa. I was going to go. Who's the kid from Home Alone? Not Home Alone. That's
Macaulay
you.
Culkin.
Jonathan,
No,
Taylor Thomas.
I'm right
Joe
here.
Pesci.
Married with Children. Faustino.
David Faustino.
I was like, 'cause you guys probably went out for that, right? No, I'm kidding.
Jamie Kennedy.
Did you test for Married with Children?
No, Married with Children was happening while we were doing Facts of Life. So
You were on Facts of Life.
I was on the
news
last
Facts of Life,
the
right?
last 2 episodes of Facts of Life, which were a backdoor pilot for.
I
the
learn
show.
new things about my friends every day.
And that was with Juliette Lewis, right?
Yeah, with Juliette
Yeah.
Lewis, with Mayim Bialik.
of 40 Licks fame, another actor, musician.
Mayim Bialik.
No, Juliette Lewis.
Lewis.
I don't know the Miami Alex.
But I think like I remember auditioning for Austin Powers. Seth booked it, and then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah, no, I didn't get it. He got it. You know, what I mean, it made sense.
I
then,
can see like age wise and just like everything like stylistically.
we were
There's
just
a Venn
like we were
diagram.
like we were
a-
like the offbeat stoner.
You guys had
guys,
your
if it
stoner
wasn't
runs
him.
there, right? Yeah.
The affable bad influence, like
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but like the charming, nice stoner.
Yes,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to kill this person, but you probably don't want to take whatever that pill is he just gave you.
Yeah, the stoner you can take home to dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your dad? Hey, what's up, man? Great to meet you.
Just- it
oh
was
my
maybe-
gosh, I love that tie.
It's just Seth and I doing shitty Keanu Reeves impressions for the first like 10 years of our careers.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes, that Seth and Brecon are great. But this next guest, who you might recognize, it's kind of our tail, little tail outro for the, and it's Ellie Willis, and she is like one of the coolest ladies ever. Yeah, so please listen. And oh my god, isn't she great?
Medical phenomenon. I am like I still have my 21-year-old basically dry.
Nice, yeah.
I have the typical things that you can't. You're going to get arthritis. I'm telling you right now, prepare. And especially in this generation with all the hand stuff, our thumbs were not made to text. And, yes. Exactly. Exactly. And that particular habit, you may oh God. You may as well be sending out a gold invitation, solid gold to arthritis. It is coming. And no one escapes it. Oh my, what did you just do? Holy.
I'm cracking my knuckles for her.
Even more than I used to do. But so that kind of stuff.
See my toes, juice.
No, and the hip's gonna go, and the knee's gonna go, and
Can't wait.
I was someone who would run into walls. I was just wild.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's it like to be 71?
It is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
mind-boggling because it only dawned on me maybe 10 years ago that I wasn't the youngest in the room. Yeah. And I work regularly with like 20-year-olds. And it is staggering to me because I never thought it would happen to me, which I think is how most people
that's
feel.
that's kind of what's been happening to me.
And I only woke up to it maybe 10 years ago. And but then I think about it, and I think, first of all, look at how many people aren't still here.
Yeah.
So this whole
Bowie,
thing,
Prince.
amazing.
All the people we listed before.
Yeah, and tons of like I can look at photos. I'm the only one here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like aging is actually an incredible thing. If you can kind of blank your mind to the inevitable physical stuff that's going to start to happen. Like one day you look in the mirror and you go, whose body is that?
Oh, believe me, I'm already at that place where I'm just like, where'd this wrinkle come from?
Staggering.
Like, just like, oh gosh, like what's this armpit thing going on over here?
But I decided early on, because I would watch my friends, especially the movie star ones, tormented. They hit 40 and life was over.
Oh, goodness.
And I thought, this is not the way to live. And
listen, if you're in show business long enough, either you turn into an asshole or you go crazy. I mean, that's usually
true.
That's
or
usually
you
the
become
consensus.
iconic, one of them.
Well, yeah, but even the
But
iconic
everyone
ones.
has the same underlying thing of you cannot believe that it's not you. I'm someone who archives so much, so I constantly live with my 20-year-old self, 30-year-old, 40. Yeah. So I still feel like I'm all those people. Mm-hmm. But then you kind
of
look
different.
It just takes one look in the mirror, and it's like the myth explodes.
I'm still the same person, but I just look different. Except I got this wrinkle thing going on. I have 2 ulcers now.
Fasten your seatbelt. Yeah, is all I'm going to say.
It's just starting. It's just starting with me, and I'm just turning the corner at 40.
But I want to say, if you asked me, like, when does it really hit? I thought it would hit at 40, and I only had one day of trauma, like the birthday. Then it was like, fine. 50, you think it's going to be that the world is over. 50 sailed through. Mm-hmm. 60 is when the medical stuff starts happening. And thank God I've had nothing serious. Mm-hmm. But... the wrist aches a little bit.
Yeah. Those aches and pains.
Yeah.
And,
However, 70, which I never, ever thought, I am going to escape this,
Yeah. I'm out of here.
70 is when, it's the first time I ever heard, like I'm still in touch with like grade school friends and high school friends. It's the first time I ever heard any of them who are not in show business at all. Bitch about the age. Like, oh my God, can you believe? But then I look around and you think, a lot of people aren't here. Mm-hmm. I still have...
You're spry,
Yes.
Yeah. You have life and energy.
And I'm someone who lives on junk food and candy. Yeah, I'm going to say that is the key to successful
You said you're not really a drinker.
No, but I am a marijuana smoker.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't were you ever a drinker?
Never. Never... If I drink... it will be like a Bloody Mary because you get the celery and the olive. I'm an eater.
Yeah.
So if the drink includes food, I can go there. But it's don't waste your money giving me drinks.
A glass of whiskey with just a pickle in it.
I would eat the pickle. That vodka's the only thing I ever kind of warmed up to. Mm-hmm. But again, because it came with food most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a drinker. But smoking, I did start when I was 30, which is when I had my first hit. And you get so you get so popular so fast after people not knowing who you are. All of a sudden, you're the toast of the town. And so I was starting to get hundreds of tracks sent to me. Again, I didn't consider myself just a lyricist, so that got a little annoying to me.
Yeah.
But I thought all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm writing with Stevie Wonder. I'm writing with Bob Dylan. I'm writing with, these amazing people. But I would churn out sometimes 5-6 songs a day. I mean, for 4 years in a row, I got over 100 songs cut a year.
Oh, jeez.
I was a machine.
And all while getting high.
No, I wasn't. Then I wasn't smoking during the day. But
gotcha.
someone told me if you smoke marijuana, you could fall asleep.
Yeah.
So it started that way at 31.
That's what happened to me. Like, I used to smoke all day long when in my 20s and even my teens.
Yeah.
And then I hit 30, I started smoking. Now I fall right asleep. Like, I can't function with it. Yeah.
No, to me, it went the other way. I started falling asleep. Then I realized, especially writing lyrics, you enjoy it a little more this way. And then Quaaludes came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so not a drug person, but I was still broke. And so, there was this doctor downtown you could go to and you could say, I'm anxious, I can't sleep, and something else. So they would give you Valium, Quaaludes, and something else. And then I would walk into a studio and everyone would want them. I would make my money. I only did it twice. I only did it twice.
So you're admitting to be a drug dealer.
I only did it twice, but it got me through some tough times.
Yeah.
And the Quaaludes, someone said, you really have to try.
It's the only drug I took that I don't remember what I did when I was on them. And it would last so long.
It was, with me, I have a really high tolerance, which is another reason I don't do the stuff. Like, I'd need 10 drinks before I even felt tipsy, and then I would be too far over.
Well, join the
line.
club. I'm Irish,
Yeah, well, then you have it in your blood. You have a pickled liver.
So I drank a bottle of wine before I got here.
Yeah, no, I'm Jewish. It's like Manischewitz, But I did try the Quaalude, and I went, this is the greatest thing ever. And it was in a very only lyric writing phase.
Yeah.
And I did a total of 8 over a period of a couple months, Quaaludes.
Oh, gotcha.
And I just thought, if this is what it's going to take for me to still be interested in songwriting, I either need to quit the songwriting or I need to quit the Quaaludes. And so I quit the Quaaludes, but it was a blessing in disguise because then it led me to want to paint and direct and do all this other stuff. So the marijuana is that's my only
that's your vice. Yeah.
But let's just say I like it a lot.
I roll really nice cowboy joints.
I'm a really stinky joint roller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do? You do a bong? What do you do?
No.
A pipe?
I have, and I've tried edibles. I really wish that
those knock me the fuck out.
For me, it either takes me nowhere, or a couple times it's taken me so far it was the most unpleasant experience.
Yeah, exactly. I went to a wedding when I had an edible. And I didn't really quite realize it was one of those gummies.
Oh,
and then I was just the quiet guy in the corner, with bug-eyed. I was just
no,
I'm usually great at weddings. I'm hilarious, and all of a sudden I'm just staring at my shoelaces.
Yeah, no, I hallucinated twice.
Nice.
I have to show you my favorite thing in my collection.
Okay, yes.
Okay, I just have to walk 8 feet.
All right. Yeah,
okay.
It's a long cord anyway.
It is horrible that I keep my most precious thing
Sammy
in the
Davis.
most horrid plastic bag.
What is it?
Okay, I'm going to show you.
It's a Sammy Davis. It's a plastic bag,
Yes.
a Ziploc bag.
Yes, but really a completely overused small Ziploc.
Oh yeah, no, that looks
okay.
aged.
Now, most people, from the size of this and that it's in a little box, guess that it is his eyeball.
I was just about to guess that.
Yes, it's not the eyeball. Wait, I shouldn't.
I thought it was gonna be a glass eye at least.
Yeah, no, that would probably be a little better than this, but no one else owns this. This is
It's like a tooth.
Sammy. No.
Okay.
Sammy Davis Jr.'s very last stash of marijuana.
That's amazing.
And there it is. Kind of no smell
yeah, it has
anymore.
virtually no smell.
This
and
was-
it looks like oregano.
Yeah, but look, lots of stems and seeds.
Yeah, that's from the era.
And so this was in the official. Oh, I did that once. I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, it's like the Woody Allen Annie Hall sneezing on the cocaine.
Sneezes. Yes. So a friend of mine at the all his estate was auctioned off at Butterfield and Butterfield, and my friend bought his drum kit. It says Sammy Davis Jr. in it, and listed in the catalog was Sammy Davis Jr.'s drums and last stash of marijuana. He used to keep it in the kick drum.
Yeah.
He would hide it.
That's a good place to stash it. Yeah.
So they do not smoke, and I do. And
So they gave it to you?
me.
That's so cool.
So this is my favorite thing, and I owned hundreds of thousands of pop culture memorabilia artifacts. But the fact that no one else has this,
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
and I was lucky enough to be invited to his house once. Okay, I'm going to tell you one story. This is kind of my favorite show business
right.
story, and I'm going to be very brief with it. Don't no one touch that.
Yeah.
Oh God! Watch the cats come and get
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. you don't think it's Nip, you know?
So when my Earth, Wind, and Fire stuff first came out, Sammy Davis Jr., huge Earth, Wind, and Fire fan, and Boogie Wonderland came right on the tail of September, and I had written 3/4 of the album that Boogie Wonderland was on. So one of my friend's mothers was the Davises' interior designer, did their whole house.
Yeah, yeah.
So she Sammy Davis, to me, as a kitsch lover, I mean, the man was truly talented, but as a kitsch lover, I was in ecstasy over him.
The Candy Man. Looking at.
Oh God, the Candy Man. I hated it at the time.
I know, but now
I literally include it in my live shows now and do sing-alongs to it. It is so genius. Anyway, I get invited over to a barbecue, small, maybe 15 people, and where he was, they had a 30-foot L-shaped Gucci couch, like an L-shaped, 15 feet Gucci couch. And right at the end, there were these glass doors, and they opened right up to the pool. Everyone's in the pool. I'm not, would not get into a bathing suit. And the only other person who wasn't was maybe 4 feet away from me on the Gucci couch, Elizabeth Taylor. Eating, she was at her absolute most grotesque, and she was eating barbecue spare ribs, and so had sauce just completely smeared all over her face. And I wouldn't get into the bathing suit. B, are you kidding? I'm next to like Elizabeth Taylor sucking ribs down. I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving this. I need to see this.
So I'm like watching everyone frolic in the pool. I'm hearing like these slurping and sucking sounds. Like I was kind of scared to look over, but I was aware of the presence. And I'm just kind of daydreaming. I'd never been to a Hollywood party before, so this was like ecstasy,
surreal. Yeah,
like unbelievable. I would have been 31, I guess. And the next thing I know, it was like whoosh in front of my face. I didn't realize what it was. Something flew by me. And I look down and I've got a wet foot, a tiny wet foot in my lap. And I look over and there's Sammy Davis Jr. stretched with foot in my lap, holding Elizabeth Taylor with his fist down her throat. And she had obviously swallowed the rib bone.
She was choking on a goddamn rib bone.
Yes.
Oy.
So he is literally fist fucking her in the mouth, like in and out. I'm the only one who realizes what's going on. Everyone's frolicking in the pool. And all of a sudden, he gets the rib and he holds it up like an Olympic medal. But it was done with such precision, there was no way this was not a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
It's like he had it down. And I, who realized,
Did you save the rib? You should have saved the rib.
Well,
the rib bone.
as we're leaving, I say to my friend, I'm with my friend and the mom, and I say to them, excuse me. And my friend knew what I was doing. So she follows me into the kitchen, and I'm going through the garbage. I'm going to find that rib bone. If it is the last thing I do. And her mom walked in and said, you cannot do this. You have to, you're coming with me.
Yeah, you can't be a garbage person.
You can't do this. And so I left. But the fact that I witnessed this between two of the biggest icons ever.
Yes.
Was unbelievable, but I was immobile.
But it sounded like she'd done it before.
Totally.
Oh, that's a regular occurrence.
I'm sitting next to her. I don't even know what's going on. He spots it from the pool.
Yeah, I see.
But I had the wet foot.
There's Liz choking on the bone again.
And it was unbelievable. And she went right back to eating, by the way. So...
Oh my God, that was great. All right, I'll stop saying that. But yeah, no, Allie Willis was one of my favorite guests. Usually I get the guests to come over to my house. No, she made me go over to her house, which is the Museum of Kitsch. And boy, howdy, it was the kitschiest place I've ever been to. So, before we do this last clip, we're going to do an ad thing again because it's everyone's favorite part. Fast forward if you want to, but, wow, wasn't that ad amazing? It was my favorite part of the episode. So this last clip is from an old friend of mine. It's actually from this past season also. It's Miss Natasha Lyonne, where we both just kind of turned into full-on New Yorkers. I've been doing my New York accent ever since we hung out for that afternoon. It's just like, oh my God. See, fuck, I did it again. It's a good time. Natasha is so sharp and so smart and so worldly, and she's been around the block. So, enjoy this fascinating clip. There you go. That's what I got. Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You're always doing fucking stupid, like, eccentric things.
Thank you.
And by stupid,
Yes.
I mean good stupid, not bad stupid. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you did that Kento ad.
The Kenzo ad, yeah. That you were in.
That I was in. That you
played
painted
a
my
race,
face. Yeah.
a sort of a, yeah. God, you were great in that. Gorgeous footage, and you were really so game, and it was all sort of. Fellini-esque. You know what's funny about that? I thought it made a lot of sense, and I come to find that a lot of people didn't understand.
No.
I understood it perfectly.
Well, that's very Fellini of you.
Yeah, yes. I thought it could not have been more literal, and then I was so surprised that people experienced Russian Doll as a different piece. I thought they were really of the same. And one was the Kenzo movie was about my daddy issues, and the Russian Doll show was about my mommy issues, and that's how I differentiate them. But you were great, remember, because we had you doing all the Malcolm McDowell sort of singing in the rain routine. So you wouldn't know it from watching the movie, but I knew.
Yeah, well, it was like you were taking bits and pieces of things.
Yes.
It was kind of collage-y.
It was collage-y.
It was collage-y.
And yet to me, entirely linear.
Entirely literal and linear.
If you play it backwards, it makes perfect sense.
Well, I love the makeup. I love my photos. Kabuki Starshine.
Because remember, we were in the movie together called Party Monster. You played Michael Alec.
Yep.
I played Brooke.
Yep.
And
you had to wear a fat suit.
I wore a fat suit.
How'd you feel about that?
I remember it gave me great liberty of eating because
liberty of eating.
I thought, I sort of became my mission to fill it out. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I never could.
Yeah.
It was too small. Those are indies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if it had been a big sort of Apocalypse Now picture, I could have probably filled it out over time.
Yeah. They would have paid you.
They would have paid me.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever paid me to gain weight, and that's one of my career regrets.
Yeah. You forgot yet. Yes. Yeah, we still got time. We still got time.
And so I want to get one of those Marvel movies, but be paid to get very fat. Is that an option?
I think.
Is that how it works?
I'm pretty sure we can find something.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's call someone as soon as this is done.
Let's get this Marvel thing going.
Yeah,
okay.
smart.
Fat Marvel.
Yeah, Fat Marvel.
Disney's Fat Marvel.
Yeah. Do you like Captain America? Then you'll love Fat Captain America.
Fat Black Widow. Here we go.
Yes. Great.
Pay to go to France and fatten up.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they did with Raging Bull? I think they actually paid
Him to go
De
take him out
Niro
of fat.
to fatten up, and I think he actually went to France to fatten up.
Well,
But they
you gotta
actually,
go. That's what most Steph's doing there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like most death.
Yeah, he's gonna do a shot-for-shot fat remake. Well, I guess I already did that in Raging
You have
Bull.
experience in France, I think.
Me?
Remember? Yeah, weren't you born there? Or something
My mother
like
was
that?
born there.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
yeah.
I remember. I was looking. We were texting one time, and I was.
I
like,
think you were just there.
Yes. Well, I was living there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
we were
actually
texting.
just gave up my apartment there.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
I remember one time I felt like there was what's this?
Punching.
No, this is like when you're saying no more, no more. And you're walking, you're marching, and you're saying no more, no more.
There was the Je suis Charlie thing.
Yeah,
Like that.
I feel like
the marches.
I
and stuff
have
like that.
a picture you sent me from your balcony, being
Yes.
like I'm here.
Because it was right there. It was like
Yeah.
La République was
Yeah.
where they all gathered, and that's like 2 blocks from my place.
Yeah.
So took me about an hour to walk about 10 feet from
Yeah.
I went out there, and it was quite a march. Quite a march. Lots of women with pencils in their hair. That was a thing.
Yeah.
Lots of flags from multiple countries.
A march, that's the word I was
it was a
looking
march.
for. A protest.
It wasn't a protest. It was a march. It was a march.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you had it the first time. Yeah. And I remember because there was like 2 million people there, and I ran into 2 of my friends, and so it was a 1 in a million chance.
Wow, psychedelic is that?
Yeah, times 2.
Wow.
It was quite a spectacle.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, finally gave it up. That's why I have especially extra just stuff lying around in bags still here. I still haven't even unpacked.
Is that tiny sofa belong to a dog, a very fancy dog, or it's just for a tiny?
I have 3 of those.
Hangouts.
I have 3 of those.
Yeah.
And what we do is we move the coffee table, and when we play video games, we just put.
And you sit on there.
Tiny couches. So I have and they're all kind of different styles. I actually have I have a leather one that's hiding under I think the coffee table and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I bought a bunch of dog couches. So but we could all sit there. I broke the
Classy.
leg on that one though. But yeah.
Well, you were
but also
playing too hard.
those are airplane pillows too. I don't want to buy so I don't want to buy tiny pillows. So I just took the tiny pillows off the airplane.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
But not when you play the arcade games because those would be too tall.
Oh yeah.
Those you have to stand for. I'm
Yeah, well,
guessing.
you can tell the one on the left is the Adam Green one. Adam Green.
Yes, it's like a video game, but you can't play it.
It's the Cabaret arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he mean it like Fosse style? No.
I have no idea. It's Adam.
Yeah, nobody
It's
knows.
Adam. Because also
Good for him.
we did Adam Green's Aladdin.
Yes, we did.
Yes, yeah, we didn't work together.
No, I played
His mother.
I played Aladdin's mother and Shawkat's mom. The great Shawkat.
Yeah,
She'll be there tonight.
I was some rebel leader.
Yeah.
It was kind of like you were talking about again here. The Kento stuff where it's Kenzo, sorry.
Yeah, but I like it when you call it Kento.
Kento.
It lets me know that you were really there for me and for the art.
Yes.
You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah, I don't care
You
about
weren't there for the branding.
They honestly, they were lovely people.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah,
But
they
at the
are.
same time, it's I didn't
Yeah.
know them from the hole in the wall, really.
Yeah, yeah.
I was there for you, of course.
Yeah. No,
it wasn't no favor, but
I wrote and directed a major picture.
I know, a major picture.
short film motion picture.
Yeah, I'll make sure that we put it in the little notations. We'll
good.
do a little link on the website.
Yeah, I'm going to be
people-
showing it at Tribeca Film Festival soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Next week, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's major short film fashion picture.
De Niro runs the Tribeca Film Festival.
You
Back
don't
to
think
De
he
Niro.
hand selected it?
Yeah. You don't think he saw Kento's thing?
Kenzo. He said, if only it was Kento, I would have screened it long ago.
Ha 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 ha. Wasn't that great? So, yes, thank you for putting up with our clip show. We'll be back next week with some new original content for the rest of Season 2, which, actually, Sean, how many more episodes do we have to do?
Like 19 or 18? I don't know. There's a few.
So, I don't know, 6. Let's go with 6.
6 episodes left.
6 episodes left before we end the season, and then I'll change the format again. I think that's the plan. So season to season, it's you never know what you're going to get. So thanks for listening. Thanks for putting up with the birth of my niece, and good times are had by all. So yes, so I'm going to do all my little plugs. Don't forget to go to bunnyears.com because we are hilarious over there, and more of you guys should actually be coming over there on the daily. Let's see, my Twitter account is at Incredible Culk on the Twitters, and on the Instagrams, I am at Culkamania. They're both also hilarious, and you should also follow me, because sometimes I do things, and I'll make like one Home Alone tweet once, and then everybody likes it. So there you go, if you're into that kind of thing. So also, we play voicemails at the end of our little podcast over here, the Bunny Ears Pod. The number is 845-393-4629. That's 845-EZE-HOAX, because we all know he never existed. Check out our YouTube page. We have some funny things. We have this thing called the Totally Mac Show. If you want to see me fail at playing board games, that is the hot spot right now out here in LA. Everyone's like, hey, I want to fail at video games, or just board games actually. We have to move into video games actually. Okay, that's it. I've been talking for too long. I need to go. I need to poop. All right, bye.
We're always getting voicemails. You dial 845-EZE-HOAX. I said it's 845-EZE-HOAX. It might sound dumb, but it's not a joke. It's 845-EZE-HOAX. Motherfucking hoax. That's 845-393-4629. Motherfucking hoax. Voicemails.
Suck 2 dicks in the morning, I suck 2 dicks at night. I suck 2 dicks in the afternoon, it makes me feel alright. I suck 2 dicks in time of peace, 2 in time of war. I suck 2 dicks before I suck 2 dicks, and then I suck 2 more. Suck 2 dicks.
Hi, this is Becca from Canada. I like your show. I just listened to the Tom Green episode. He's really funny. Thanks for making it. You make my days brighter. Okay, I hope you have a great day and night. Okay, bye.
Hey, so I just listened to the sex episode with Rhea, and I can't believe that Mac doesn't like ladyfingers in his butt. I mean, I like ladyfingers in my butt. Maybe even an Oreo or a macaron if I'm feeling feisty. You goof. Mac, Macaulay Culkin.
Hi, Bunny Ears. I just wanted to say thank you so much for talking about scleroderma. Not once, not twice, but on 3 episodes. That is awesome. My husband was diagnosed almost a year ago, and it is a real crazy disease. And to hear it talked about and Bob Saget sharing his story was amazing and made me feel a lot less lonely. So thank you so much. That is awesome. You guys are awesome. Scleroderma sucks. Peace out.
Hey, Mac, it's Terry from Buffalo, New York. I'm a big fan, and I wanted to say congratulations, Uncle Mac. All right, love you. Fuck you. Bye.
Find me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch.
You are freaking lumberjack!
Oh my God.
Let's kung fu!
Well, that was really me talking, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button and all that kind of fun stuff. And I hope you liked all those cool special effects that we do on this thing. The Avengers over here.